So I decided this morning that I've been reading a lot about solstice and, you know, the astrology, the astronomy, and the symbolism, and it seems lots of people are talking about solstice. And I thought, I've heard so much that I just needed to try and see it all as one picture. And so that's what I'm going to do. And then I thought to myself, well, actually, how cool would it be to try and integrate all of this this understanding of what solstice is all about, and actually integrate it while at that moment of solstice. And then I thought, well, I don't want to do that on my own. So here I am, live, and I do hope that you will join me. And even if you watch the replay, you will see us moving through solstice. So do drop me a hello. If you are watching live, that would be absolutely brilliant. And we talk about, I felt like I wanted to smash through solstice, but actually I don't want to smash through it. I want to move gracefully and with ease through solstice. But of course we do that by smashing. And this is my last, I have got one last page which I will journal on, but this is the very last page in my moon book that I've had going all year, and with a little bit of careful counting, I knew that my last entry would be on solstice. So here we are, about 10 minutes away from that moment of solstice. So what is solstice? Solstice is the moment when the sun stops. It comes from Latin. It is the sun. Sol stands still, the sun stands still. And what better analogy for a pause in all of the business, in all of the activity that this time of year seems to bring. What better way to actually just have a pause and breathe and be fully present. I was interested in the date and adding the digits together gave me 11. I looked up 11. I know some of you are expert numerologists, and that came up with inspiring, artistic and spiritual. And I've lit my 3 candles. There feels like an alignment that I want to bring in. I felt I wanted to hold space in this moment of solstice, and as this is creative heart space, what better way of representing that than just to have a heart on my page. And I'm thinking about the balance, and you can see that I'm at the end of the book, which always makes it, there's this real drop down from all that has gone on in this year, and there is a sense of there's a sense of falling into the new year, and falling with intention. This is not an unintentional leap. And thinking too about, for us, just going to do some writing with paint. In the northern hemisphere, we are in the period of darkness. This is our shortest day. whereas I know my friends in the southern hemisphere are in their longest day, experiencing the light, and that sense that we hold the dark and the light in balance. We have the dark and we have the light. And this year for me, I'm very aware I've experienced some of my shadow this year, and it is the light shining into the darkness that creates the shadows. And being able to hold in balance that dark and light. I loved the maths of or the sort of science behind, the fact that the reason we have this shift and these seasons at all is because the earth is on a tilt. That this is what gives us the contrast and the interest. We have that contrast of dark and light. And I have a digital clock running at the side, and it's 4 minutes away from solstice, and there is a sense of excitement of a rising of the energy. That the light is rising, and that's what I'm experiencing as we move towards spring. But we also have that sense that those that are in the light are holding space for us. They're holding the light, and I'm prompted to ask, how am I holding the light? How am I holding the torch and that light for others? And one of the other, so I was listening to a lady that I follow who was talking about orange and saying that orange is a colour that is what? Goodness. Orange is a frequency that we need to call in. And so I'm just going to do that. I'm just going to surround my page with orange. And of course, orange is our creativity. Perhaps there is that connection of the numerology, all of these things in my world, in my view, all join together. And of course, I'm recognizing that we create our own unique mud, and interesting how obviously this side is going to be slightly darker than that side. So hi Louise, hi Carol, thank you for joining me. We're 2.5 minutes away. I feel like I'm counting down, it's this countdown to Christmas, isn't it? And you go, I love this countdown, this is brilliant. This is absolutely brilliant. And what I will do in a moment is we will just do some breathing through the time and feel into feel into the world, you know, just it feels a very sacred, it feels a very sacred time. Okay. So I invite you, if you'd like to join me in this sacred pause as we move towards the solstice in just a few seconds' time. Just invite you to take a breath and release. Letting go of everything in the past. And breathing in as we experience solstice, that sacred pause. Breathe in and release. Welcoming in the new season. And that third and final breath that, as always, brings us fully present into where we are. And despite the fact that I would love to have, you know, it feels like I want a drum roll and a and fireworks and that celebration. Actually, that's not what solstice, that's not the energy of solstice. The energy of solstice is that quiet, being fully present, that sacred pause as we come into our heart space, whatever shape that is for you. And just listening in to what, you know, what do you need in this moment? I apparently need pink. But pink for me is the symbol of love. It is the colour of love. I know the green, you know, green heart chakra is connected with green, but I really resonate with pink as being the pink energy of love, and that's what I want to bring in to my heart space today. This year, this coming year, there's a sense that, you know, my year has started today. Let's see whether I can write over that, you know, I bring in the energy of love. And I'm just going to continue just in the quiet few moments, bringing in that orange energy. And I think, you know, I may have images around here, but maybe not. Maybe, you know, what I will remember from this page is this beautifully quiet pause in my day when I have been able to share with you this solstice of 2021. And no matter what is going on in the news, you know, across the world, if we can focus on this love in the middle, then I feel that is what will carry us into the new year. Okay. Something very calming and meditative about just having a simple shape on your page. And just colouring that in. And allowing the frequency of those colours just to really enter your system. Okay, so I'm going to leave my page there. Thank you so much for joining me live. And if you're watching the replay, then trust that you receive that energy of that moment of solstice. Okay, every blessing, and I will see you soon.